What's up, everybody? It's Fabio Potent. You know this. No camera today. Gonna bring you guys just an audio discussion. We're gonna talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. The anime is finally here. Woo! Now let me tell you guys, as someone who's been waiting for this since reading the series back in 2018 on Jimini's box, just randomly picking up the series because the cover looked cool. To see the series go from just a startup series to where it is now, being one of the most popular things coming out this year. Shueisha is backing the shit out of it. Crunchyroll, they're putting a lot of advertisement power behind Jujutsu Kaisen to try to push it to be the next big thing, and it's being received very well. So we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, not going to be spoiling anything ahead for the anime onlys, but I will say this though. Well, I did enjoy these 2 episodes. There was very not major changes that ruined the episode or anything, but it was very different from the manga. So I would like to point it out to people because I know sometimes people just want to know, okay, how different was it from the manga to the anime? So we're gonna be talking about that, how I feel about it, the OST, the opening, the animation so far, the character designs, the voice acting. Just quickly talk about the first 2 episodes of Kaisen and how we're feeling about them so far. Let's talk about the opening, man. Great song. It slaps. I've played it like 3 times already. When I listened to it, I watched episode 2 yesterday and I played it back to back twice just to get myself in the mood because it popped 7 minutes in. I just love it. It's so cool. Just love it. It's nice. It's epic. The opening cinematics are beautiful too. It looks great. A lot of foreshadowing. I won't even point it out. I won't even tell people what it is, but there's a lot of foreshadowing in the intro. Don't worry, it's nothing. If you're an anime only, you would never know. Don't worry. So it's not like they're gonna ruin the moment for you. You just wouldn't know if it was going to happen or what is happening even. But I do enjoy them putting that in the intro. The opening, yeah, man. The opening is gas. Already has 3 million views on YouTube. People going crazy over it. It's a good song, man. It's a good ass song. Now, the animation in the show is fire. I can already tell we're gonna have some great fights this series. Animation is smooth. I love the way the camera angle is. The hand-to-hand is doing justice. They're definitely doing Gege's art and the fighting style justice. But one thing I did notice is that the anime starts very differently than the manga. It starts with Gojo telling Yuji that he's going to be executed, whereas in the manga it starts off with Fushiguro in the bushes looking for the cursed object. Now, I actually kind of like that they changed this. I actually kind of like it. It adds a different, a flair. I think that would have been pretty cool if, in the manga, it starts off with, Gojo talking to Yuji and telling him he's going to be executed, and then we cut back and we go see what happened. And then after that, we cut back to Gojo and all that. So that's kind of how it handled in the manga. And I'm actually not mad that they changed that. I'm not mad that they changed that around because it makes it, I'm not going to lie, it makes it flow just a little bit, a teeny wee bit better. It does. I'm just gonna say, it does help, and they, that I thought was really good. I thought that actually somewhat helped the beginning of the story. Now I can't really remember that many changes in this episode until later on. So if you remember any, please point them out to me. I would like to know more changes. If you noticed something I didn't, the pacing so far has been really good though. That's one thing I will say. It's not dragging at all, and it doesn't feel too quick. It feels like it's at a really good medium pace right now. I really liking the pacing because, I didn't feel like they dragged on a lot of scenes, but I also don't think they're rushing to get to the hype shit either. They're taking their time and they're moving at a very, very pleasant pace. I'm actually very much enjoying the pace because you get some good shit in the episode, you get some hype shit, and then you're slowing down. Like next week, we're going to get Best Girl. We're going to get some very much hype shit. I cannot wait for Girl of Steel. It's about to be heat. Peak That's what it's about to be. That's what the kids say nowadays, right? Peak fiction. That's what the kids say. That's what episode 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be. So the pacing is excellent. I also want to talk about the OST. The OST is phenomenal in this show. When Sukuna awakened, I love the real horror that the OST turned into. It turned into a horror anime, like it was a Junji Ito anime or something. And I really thought that was pretty cool, actually, because Sukuna, he brings that. He's the ultimate curse. He's the ultimate curse, king of curses. He the 4 arms, the 4 eyes, the abomination that he is. We all know about the Sukuna epic lore page in the beginning of the series. So I loved his music, the awakening with Yuji. You feel the fear that this man is he's a supreme king of curses, the ultimate level, and you truly feel that. And I'm glad that they're doing this, because I feel like they're doing this exactly how they did it in the manga, and I really like it. They embodying that this dude is not about to be on some like Naruto Kirama stuff. No, sir. If you couldn't tell by now, there's not about to be good buddy shit between Yuji and Sukuna. So really like that. But I guess since we talked about the awakening already, I should go back and tell you guys that I did notice that they actually did change the way that Yuji eats the finger, and a couple other stuff that they changed. I just forgot. I'm gonna bring them up right now. So first, I want to say that in the anime, in the beginning, right, when Yuji saves the Sasuke and Ichiji from the cursed, in the anime, he jumps through the window. He does all that epic shit, and then he grabs the top. He flips around. He grabs the top of the railing and shit. He flips around, and he does all that crazy shit. But in the anime, in the manga, that scene is very different. Yuji doesn't punch the curse at all. They gave him a little bit more flair in the anime. Like I said, not a big deal. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not saying, oh my god, they ruined the anime because they changed it. No, I'm just pointing you guys out stuff that was different. So in the manga, Yuji does like a Thor kick through the window. Up from the 4th floor, he does like a Thor kick, and he kicks the shit out of it. And in the process of kicking the shit out of it, he grabs his two fellow students. In the anime, they gave him a lot more sauce. This man grabbed the top of the window. He did like a 360 flip. He was like in the middle of the air like a flying hawk, and then he punched the shit out of the curse and grabbed him. It was hype. Like, let's not deny it. It was cool as shit. They just changed it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad. I'm mad. That was cool as fuck. Like, I don't be like, oh my god. Like, nah. That was raw. I'm just saying that they changed it. They gave him a little bit more flair. Now, they did change the way Yuji ate his finger, the first one. Now, I do want to talk about that. Now, forgive me, because I'm just going to be quoting shit here. So, in the anime, when Yuji eats the first finger in the anime, he's fighting the cursed object. He's fighting the curse at the same time. It's reaching for the finger. He's holding it by its teeth, and it's holding him. And that's when he eats it. And, he does all this shit and all that. But it's very different in the manga, right? This scene is actually completely different. I'm not mad that they changed it either. There's a scene in episode 2 I want to talk about that they changed that I actually preferred it in the manga, and I'm good. People can hate me for that if they want, but this was pretty different. So Yuji, he attacks the curse, right? But he's getting bodied by it before. See, and in the anime, he's getting bodied by the curse, but it grabs him, and then he's being held by it, and then he eats the cursed object at the same time. But in the manga, it's very different. So he gets knocked on the floor towards Fushiguro in the manga, rather than in the anime where he's being held by the curse. And then he talks to Fushiguro as he got his ass beat, and he was like, a curse can only be exercised by another curse. And he's like, you could have told me sooner. I told you to run away. You're the only one who can carry those two to safety. Hurry up and get out of here before we all die. And then Fushiguro continues to go on. Someone like you with no cursed energy will just get in the way. You just seem like you want to die anyway. Hey, and then this is when Yuji says, hey, is the curse targeting the finger? It plans on eating it to gain stronger curse. So is there a way to save? So there's a way to save everyone. I just need to get some curse energy, right? And then Yuji eats it. So this is in a way, it's kind of different, right? because it's like in the anime, he was kind of like captured, he was kind of held, and it kind of seemed like a last resort kind of thing. But in the manga, it kind of gives off a different vibe, almost an honorable one, because he could have ran away with his teammates, right? I mean, not his teammates, but his classmates. He could have ran away, and he could have taken them to safety, but instead, he chooses to eat the finger. And this is more raw too, I'm just gonna say, because he just stands there as he eats the finger, just obliterates the curse, and goes absolutely insane. So that was that it was just a little different, but like it wasn't a deal breaker. But you know, either way, I just wanted to point it out that was different. The way he consumed the Sukuna first finger was very much different than how it was in the manga. Now, let's talk about episode 2, right? We're gonna go on to episode 2. Now, episode 2 is basically, they did it justice. I cried almost when I watched Yuji versus Gojo. They did exactly what I wanted. I'm waiting for a future fight. You guys know, if you read the manga, you know that's almost saying I'm waiting for a future fight, but they definitely did Gojo justice in this one. I liked it a lot. The animation was clean. The hand-to-hand was fire. I am so ready. The one thing I did like about this one, though, compared to the original one, the one in the manga, the anime one, they gave Gojo so much more sauce because he actually sits on top of Sukuna, which did not happen in the manga. He never sat down on Sukuna's back. That never happened. But he gave that man extra sauce, so I kind of liked it. He sat on him. Everything else was basically just how it was in the manga. Like I said, you should never do a shot-for-shot adaptation. Use the motion, take full advantage of this shit. Like, give Gojo the extra sauce of him sitting on Sukuna's back, putting his ass on him. Like, that's ruthless. Don't put your ass on my back, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially when I'm the king of curses. Hell no. Don't ever put your ass on my back, fam. But yeah, they definitely did it justice, and it was just how it was. It was quick, and it was a low diff. Just how it was in the anime. Did it just how it was in the manga to me. It was a quick low diff. Gojo wasn't even really trying, and it was just done. So I really liked how they did episode 2, and the OST was fire when they were fighting. Animation was just clean. Sukuna was going insane. The camera angles was awesome. Yeah, man. Jujutsu Kaisen anime is in good hands, and MAPPA I trust. Okay, now I seen an episode 2 that was changed that I did not like. I know, right? Shocker. A manga fan is mad because the anime adaptation changed something. But let me make my case. I'm gonna talk about this, and this is one of my favorite scenes in the series actually for Gojo. And if you haven't seen my What Makes Total Gojo video, What Makes Total Gojo So Badass video, you really should. Once you're caught up with the series, of course, because it has massive spoilers. But I want to talk about when Yuji ate his second finger. Now, this scene in the anime was very, very different from how it was in the manga. Now, I know you heard me say that 3 times already, but I just want to say, I actually like how this was done in the manga more than the anime, and I'll explain. So, Gojo explains, he's talking about the Sukuna lore and all that stuff. He's trying to explain to Yuji that he has to eat this finger. So, in the manga, right? They're sitting down at the bench, kind of like how they are at the anime, I think. I think they're the weird inside building or something. But it's very different. In the anime, which was just like, I understand what I said, right? Shot for shot adaptation. But I think this scene is very powerful. Now, I'm gonna get to it. Usually in the anime, when he eats the second finger, he gets up. It's almost like it's breaking him. Like he's almost about to lose control, right? Like he can't handle this. He's almost about to vomit and shit. It's like hella OD. And then Gojo is standing up, looking at him, kind of worried, right? I didn't really like how that scene was done in the anime, and compared to the manga, because here's why. In the manga, both characters are sitting down. Gojo in this moment is extremely nonchalant. Does not give a fuck, and this is why, because it shows his arrogance, his competence, his finesse, and his own abilities very well, and it shows you a lot about his character. Yuji eats the second finger. Gojo thinks to himself, that's number 2. 1/10 of the way there, huh? What's gonna happen? Yuji, still sitting down, unleashes all that ominous aura, and they kind of did it justice in the anime, like that scene. And then Gojo, still sitting down on his ass while this man is consuming. Sukana's power is increasing, sitting down right to the next to him, hand on chin, nonchalant as fuck, not giving a hell about anything that's going on because he is such a badass and so competent in his abilities. All he does though, and it gets his Gege's attention to detail, he readies his hands. That's all he does. Sitting down, you can see a panel of Gojo readying his hands. So then Yuji comes back. I like this more when they're sitting down, because it just shows, like I said, it just shows Gojo's sauce, man. It just shows the sauce and the finesse and the competence, the ego to just sit there, hand on chin, on your ass, while this man is turning into like the demonic lord, and you like, nah, I'm good. All I gotta do is ready my hand. That's how powerful I am. That's how competent I am. And I think this scene is very good. And it continues on because it also does good for Yuji too, because after this, Gojo says, it's confirmed, it's not just his body's resistance. He's able to control Sukuna without a problem. Only one every thousands of years or so does a person, such a person with phenomenal ability like this appear. Because Yuji sits down and he just overcomes Sukuna instantly. And it really shows that how compatible of a vessel Yuji is. That's it. Nothing, like, it didn't ruin the episode for me or anything like that. I just really preferred how that was in the manga. Yeah, man, and everything else for the most part was injustice. What else did I have on this list? Oh, yeah. In this episode, they showed Nobara. In episode 2, they showed Nobara arriving early. That's whatever. I don't care. She's already been in the PV, so like we already know that she's here. Okay, one thing that I did notice though, and this is probably gonna be the last thing I talk about. In 2107 of episode 1, I noticed that these weird kanjis were coming out of the curse's blood. I feel like I should know this. I've been reading Kaisen since 2018, but like I just cannot put my finger on it what the hell that is. Because I just reread that chapter and I just can't see it. And it's not like, oh my god, like, oh my, what is it? I just want to know what it is. So if anybody knows what that is, like, it's just aesthetic flair. Is it just for animation? Like, just a little, like, is it just supposed to look cool? That's fine. I don't really care. I was just wondering if anybody knows what those kanjis in the cursed blood is on 2107 in episode 1. I'd really like to know, because I was just wondering what the hell that was. But yeah, man, so far the Jujutsu Kaisen episodes 1 and 2 have been really good. Potential to have one of the greatest animes of the year. Attack on Titan still coming out. I understand people gonna like, so we gotta respect that. You just gotta respect Attack on Titan. So, you know, we got a good chance though. I think we could definitely take anime fights of the year. We're gonna definitely take anime villains of the year. Jujutsu Kaisen is it's gonna be one of the greatest adaptations of this year. It has the potential to be maybe one of the greatest adaptations of this decade. The manga is fire. So I'm definitely having a good time with it. We're definitely in good hands. I was so, man, and I said this before when the anime got announced. We were in the dark for so long. We didn't know if we were gonna get Jay. We didn't know who we were gonna get. We didn't know we were gonna get Dean. We didn't know if we was gonna get, I don't know, A1. We didn't know if we was gonna get Peria. We didn't know where we was gonna go, bro. We were so worried that we were not gonna get a good adaptation. Let alone that Shueisha the whole time wants to make Jujutsu Kaisen the next big shonen. It's clear as day to me. They're putting hella money, a lot of backing behind it, a lot of advertising dollars behind this money, and the way Crunchyroll is doing it lets me know that Shueisha is definitely pushing Kaisen to be the next best thing, especially after Age got cut, because oh my god. But yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, man, Jujutsu Kaisen episodes 1 and 2 fire. I'm gonna be back for episodes 3. This is not reviews, they're just discussions. I'm a fanboy. I'm sorry, I don't review shit. So yeah, with that being said, man, let me know what y'all thought about episodes 1 and 2. How did they compare to the manga? If you're an anime only, what do you think so far? And what did you think about me bringing up those points that were different? And if you are an anime only and you don't want to get spoiled and read ahead, you should always just go back and maybe just read the chapters that have been adapted and see what was different. That's always neat to do too. Yeah, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, comment anything down below. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all next week for episode 3, Best Girl Inbound. I'm Fabio Potent. I'll see y'all in the next one.